sauce would you like? Spicy or mild? Good God, son, what have you? You look terrible. Here, take this. Hey, let go of my arm. What are you doing? You're supposed to eat the ribs, son, not me. No, let go. No.
10-fingered Johnny on the first day of July. He loved the season's grand displays of fireworks in the sky. Way hey, tooralorale. And so he drove across the state line to the fireworks stand. He came back with a string of firecrackers in his hand. He struck a match and lit them up, and everybody ran except for Johnny. Way hey, boom, and up she goes. 6-fingered Johnny on the 2nd of July. And his...
Hey, y'all. Or at least two. Yeah, I'm on. Nobody joining me, but that's okay.
Need for large explosions still had not run dry. Way hey, tooralorale. So he went walking down Main Street with 2 M80s he had found, and set them off in the gazebo at the center of the town. And when the fuse began to sputter, no one stood around except for Johnny. Way hey, boom, and up she goes. 3-fingered Johnny on the 3rd day of July, jonesing for the ultimate in pyrotechnic highs. Way hey, tooralorale. He tied a brick of Johnny Rebs onto a model plane, and then he doused the whole shebang in 93 octane. It flew straight up and straight back down, but nobody was maimed except for Johnny. Way hey, boom, and up she goes. 1.5 limb Johnny on the 4th day of July hopped to the construction site to give it one last try. Way hey, tooralorale. Inside the foreman's trailer was a case of dynamite. Johnny held a Zippo 'tween his toes and set it burning bright. The foreman saw the sparks begin, and everyone took flight except for Johnny. Way hey, boom, and up she goes. They buried Johnny on the 5th day of July, and everyone in town showed up to say their last goodbye. Way hey, tooralorale. And though they knew he was a moron, no one could dispute the depth of Johnny's dedication to his life's pursuit. And 67 Roman candles fired off in salute to the 67 pieces left of Johnny.
My chat room hasn't.
Way hey, boom, and up she goes.
So yeah, I'm just working on, I had a couple more badges that I didn't do last night. Hi Elkanor. It's kind of funny because they're actually very similar to a couple that I did yesterday during the stream. A couple more furry badges left over from Anthrocon, and another couple that want to be done as Kale and Richard, except without the Splatoon overlap. So that's kind of fun. One is a raccoon. One is, I have no idea. So there we go. For those of you joining us, joining me, hi. I'm Uncle R. Normally I'm here on Fridays at 8 o'clock Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern, but I'm a creative, not a playthrough, and I'm going to be working on some art commissions for about an hour or so, I guess. So I'm working in Clip Studio. Feel free to yak it up. I got one eye on the chat room, of course. So, a raccoon type. Oh, I should actually. I like to pull up fresh references. I don't know what this other character is. Hey, Wolfie Hound. That. Just pulling up some raccoon references over here. I assume this other character is a wolf. Got that kind of generic-y. It says Kitsune, so cartoon wolf thing with a ruff. I like the fur on the neck. So he's going to be dressed as Kale. Thank you. And then there's this raccoon type called Clockwork. She's got that mark on her back, which we won't be able to see, unfortunately. So look at a Richardy pose. Oh, hi, Paul. I've left my companion as Windows 8. I put Windows 10 on my my Encore, my Toshiba Encore, and it's fine, but it really is more of a desktop system, I think. The Windows 8 touch system. Not their Windows 10 has that tablet mode, which I really don't like. Windows 8 having the desktop that's touch, because I don't use a keyboard with my companion, so I leave it at I leave it on 8 for the companion. I didn't upgrade it. No, I haven't gone the iPad Pro way. There's no point in going the iPad Pro way. I've got a companion. I did get to try the companion, just briefly, because Somer has one, and he got the pencil, and it really was a lovely drawing experience. But frankly, I don't want to learn a new software for it. I've got Clip Studio. I know Clip Studio. It does everything and more that, say, Procreate would or anything else like that. So yeah, I'm not going to bother upgrading it. Or I'm not going to bother investing in it. I am still jonesing for the Dynapad, which is like the larger Encore. So it'll be a Windows 10, I guess, if I ever do find one and decide to spend the money on it. But it's more of a tablet replacement for me. I don't think I'd ever really use it for gigs. Yeah, the iPad Pro is light and all, and it's a fine thing. Elkanor, how much do I have to do with Comic Bento? I have nothing to do with Comic Bento. It's really almost all Moss. Certainly it's Somer, but Moss is been, I believe he's the one who does the selection of books and stuff for each month. Oh, Medibang. I've never tried Medibang, unfortunately. Although I hear it's great for inking in. I don't know if anyone colors in it. You're right. It's really nice. I mean, yeah, you know, in Eclipse Studio, I've got action scripts set up, which saved me a bunch of time. I've actually got a color palette of flesh tones on a non-printing layer, so I can just turn them on. They're right within the document for some like common flesh tones to pick real quick, things like that. And it just seems to be hassle-free. I don't have to worry about a wireless setup for yeah, see, that's the thing, is when you're working live at a gig, Paul, for me, like, one of the reasons I didn't like my Canon Selfie, even when it did talk to my computer, was that it's a slow printer. Uh, you know, you want to minimize that time. You want to just get the work done. And I can bring in a template, simply from somebody if they want their logo on the printouts. I don't have to worry about. I can set up a wired connection without worrying about Wi-Fi issues or things like that. You know, it's just a full desktop like the Companion just gives you so much more power. I mean, maybe if we were all Jan Optebeek, but I'm, I don't have that talent or that. Yeah, I really like my Pixma. I really do. Hi, Lythra. Figure this out. Okay, that's shaded, that's shaded, that's white. Okay. Get some nice fuchsias going here. Okay,